Alright guys, these are 5 trending graded comics you should probably take a second look at, so stay tuned. Welcome back, Gainers, to another incredible, exciting, fantastic episode of Comic Gains! And if you're new to the show, I'm Adam.
I'm Zach, and this is the Princess, Her Royal Highness, looking very lovely today, just like usual, doing that princess way, so bow down and respect. And Coco's laying right there.
Yeah, she's hiding down there.
She's all tired.
Alright guys, so we got Saturday's episode for you, and we have another time to buy these trending graded comics with Zach. So we got this is a nice exciting list. I think it's all Marvel this time, and after kind of making the list, they're all kind of books you might want to take a second look at. So it's kind of cool, kind of fun. We're going to get into that, and yeah, before we get into the comics though, we do have something exciting to tell you. Zach, what is it?
It's about this energy drink, because I'm kind of taking a little bit of a break from drinking. We got here a Green Dragon energy drink, caffeine and taurine, apparently.
On a side note, Princess picked out this energy drink for Zach. He had no idea what he was getting into.
Strange one. Anyways, yeah, this is what it looks like. There's a lot of information on the back. Dragon breeze fire. It is the fire. Tastes like a dragon.
Does it?
Tastes like a dragon's butthole. No, actually it's a pretty good drink.
Puff the Magic Dragon?
Yeah, Puff the Magic Dragon. Pretty good drink. Good pick, Princess. Thank you.
Alright. Back to the comic book, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So, Time to Buy with Zach is a fun little show that we do where basically Princess and myself, we look through a larger list of trending graded comics, and we've been doing this for a little while. We try to pick out books that we think are interesting, that are trending right now, and we want to get Zach's opinion on it, because he's kind of like our resident graded expert, comic book graded expert. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of good stuff. So
and it's Bronze Age. The best age to get into.
Is it all Bronze? Oh, it is all Bronze Age this time. Yeah.
The best time to get into.
Yeah, that's like
right
one
now.
of my favorite
Bronze
ages.
Age.
The Bronze Age.
The Bronze.
Okay, so let's kick it off here. The first book on the list is Marvel Spotlight number 28 from 1976. And the creative group on this book is Don Perlin and Doug Moench. And this is a really exciting book. It's first solo Moon Knight story. So it's in the Marvel Spotlight book. So it's not his first title, but it's his first solo story. And it doesn't get a lot. I don't think it gets the credit it deserves, because it's an awesome freaking cover. First of all, I love the way he's drawn, like in his earlier stuff, where there's a lot more blacks on his costume to kind of highlight the whites a little bit more. And as I was doing more research in this book, it doesn't get the credit. It's not even on the label. This is the first time that they mention Stephen Grant and Jake Lockley in story. Ooh. So it's actually like their first appearance, even though it's other personalities, it's also their first appearances as well. And I don't think that book gets the credit it deserves. And interesting, in the current ongoing Moon Knight story right now, they didn't do anything with the multiple personalities until just like issue 12, when they brought him back in. I was thinking this whole story was going to go no multiple personalities, and then right before he's about to kill a character, like Stephen Grant pops out and like stops him. And they didn't do it for 12 issues. Yeah. It's crazy. So it's definitely like something important. It's also first appearance of Marlene, which is a long-term love interest for Moon Knight in the story. And another thing to keep in mind, there is a 30-cent price variant for this book as well. So if you see that one, it does almost garnish double the amount of value on that. So, and I think it's got that extra like star thing around the 30 cents. Yeah. It's a little more visible than some of the other ones. More importantly though, Zach, what do you think about this book?
Well, I think recent sales for CGC 9.8 is $3,550 to $4,990.99. There's 84 9.8s, 82 Universal, and 2 Signature Series.
Wow, that's it?
Right?
I didn't know that. Okay.
That's crazy looking.
I'm learning something.
There's 2,654 graded total for the regular one. There's 6 9.8 30-cent price variants, I believe. There's 124 total graded. There is a UK edition.
Oh.
Or pens. Either or. One of the two. And there's only 3 9.6s and only 75 grades. So it's, in fact, much rarer than even the 30 cents price variant. But of course, the 30-cent price variant is always going to cost a little bit more. So, solo story of Moon Knight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad character. It's probably dropped a little bit. This might not be a bad time to buy.
Definitely.
I would say. ideally, you'd go after his first appearance, but if you can't afford his first appearance, go for that book. That's a strong second. Yeah. And then, of course, Moon Knight one would be kind of nice, too. But, yeah, I would say buy this book.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. We know Moon Knight's coming back, and I think overall, from my standpoint, the show was pretty successful. I enjoyed the show. It didn't feel like a Marvel TV show compared to the other ones, because there was, like, no other Marvel characters in it but Moon Knight, for the most part. But overall, it's really successful. And it'll be interesting to see him come back in some other fashion, whether it be like West Coast Avengers or just go with like, you know, the darker side with like Ghost Rider and all that kind of, you know,
I think
Blade and whatnot. That would be cool. So
I think that'd be
definitely, you know, this is a book. Hopefully it goes back up.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Next on the list, we've got one of Zach's all-time favorites. We have Iron Fist number 14 from 1977. You got David Cockrum and Chris Claremont goodness there in all its glory. This is a super cool book. It's first full appearance and cover of Sabretooth. So, I mean, that's a huge deal for a lot of these books. Like, it's, you know, especially in these older ones, Bronze Age, Silver Age, when they have a character's first appearance and they're not even on the cover, or the cover's not even that good. This is an awesome cover, and Sabretooth is on the cover, and it's his first appearance. It's just like, you know, everything comes perfect storm with this book, like, all together. And, like, on a side note, I think it makes it even cooler that it's such a cool character in, not that Iron Fist isn't cool, but in, like, kind of an offshoot book. You know, it's not like in an X-Men title or Wolverine title.
Absolutely.
It starts it out in Iron Fist. Like, how many people were buying Iron Fist run, like, nonstop back in the Bronze Age?
True.
You know, probably not as much as the mainstream stuff, so it makes it even more rare. It's always kind of garnished, like, a lot of value. And, you know, he's also showed up twice now in the movies. So, and surprisingly enough, in the first X-Men movie, you did a great movie, but not a good showing of the character. And then in the Wolverine Origins, bad movie and a good showing of the character, I think, in my opinion. Definitely was a cool character in the Wolverine Origins movie, but the movie was bad.
It was real bad.
But there's also a 35-cent price variant for this book as well. Keep in mind for that one, it does also garnish about double on that one as well. This one's harder to tell. The 35-cent is not highlighted in a star, so it's just the 35, just Rego. So that one you might kind of miss, because that's one of those ones where, like, is this supposed to be 35? Is this supposed to be 30? You know, you miss those. But I think Zach will probably give some good news on this book. What do you think, Zach?
Well, there's not that many 9/8, so I had to go for the 9/6. So 9/6's recent sales is between 1,500 to 1,898. I almost said 1,900. There was one sale of 9/8, and it was for 4,715. That's a lot of money. There's 217 CGC 9.8, 198 are Universal, 18 are Signature Series, 0 qualified, 1 restored. Ouch.
That happens.
Yeah. There's a total of 6,143, so a lot of them graded, not that many 9/8s. There is a, you know, like Adam said, 35-cent price variant. There's not a 9/8, there's only, the highest grade is 4 9/6s, and there's only 70 graded.
Dang.
It's not that many graded. Wow. Yeah, this is another buy. This is a very, very strong buy. You might not want to go for the 9/8 or 9/6. I went for the 8.5 because it was affordable at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is now, but yeah, I tried to get this book before he shows up again.
Yeah, if you're a big X-Men collector, you need this book, even though it's not an X-Men book.
yeah, true.
Yeah. Definitely a cool book. We hope to see him again soon in some fashion. You know he's going to do something. Wolverine shows up, you got to have Sabretooth.
Absolutely.
It's just the way it goes. So now it'd actually be cool if they bring back Iron Fist and they bring Sabretooth into Iron Fist first, just to keep it in continuity. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
Okay, next up, we got a little weird one, a little curveball to throw at you guys, and we don't actually have this book. Zach might have this raw somewhere. It would have been hard to find, but this is an interesting one. We have Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1 from 1976. This is done by Sal Buscema and Jerry Conway. We're the creative group on this one. And not a lot going on with this book other than it's the second ongoing Spider-Man series. You got Amazing Spider-Man was the first, and then in 1976 they decided, hey, let's start another ongoing title at the exact same time as Amazing Spider-Man. We'll call it Spectacular Spider-Man. I think they started switching up, called like Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man at a certain point.
Very confusing.
Yeah, kind of a confusing thing to go with, but it's a pretty cool book overall. I mean, like, it doesn't really have any other like first appearance in it. It does have a tarantula on the cover, which is kind of an interesting character. And we were taking a closer look. You have a lot of people mistake this for Tarantula's first appearance. It's not, because it's obviously it's ASM 134. And if you actually hold them up side by side right here, they're almost identical covers, which is crazy that they drew like almost the same cover on that. It's like copied the other cover. I don't know. It's crazy, but. I don't know. They haven't really done anything with Tarantula at all. It would be interesting since his story kind of goes along with Punisher's story a little bit in the ASM run. If they bring Punisher in, maybe you'll see Tarantula. I know he dies somewhere in the comics that has to do with Madam Web, so that could be something interesting. I don't know, Zach. What do you think about Spectacular Spider-Man #1?
Not very much. So
curveball.
Recent sales for CGC 9.8 is $542 to $685. There's 783 CGC 9.8s, 658 Universal, 124 Signature Series, 0 qualified, 1 restored. There's 6,549 total graded for the regular cover. There is a UK version. There's only 2 9.4s and 23 total graded. Burn this book. No, but don't burn it. But it's, I mean, if you like Spider-Man, might as well pick it up. You're gonna have to pick it up anyways eventually. But if you're not the biggest Spider-Man fan, just skip over this one. Go for the 134, ASM 134, rather than this load of crap.
Well, it's kind of weird, they did that twice, where then after Spectacular Spider-Man they came out with Web of Spider-Man #1, and they both don't really have any first appearances in it. And I know for a while Web of Spider-Man was really cheap, and then until all of a sudden everyone decided it's like a work of masterpiece, the art. There's nothing going on with that book, and they're like, this is ridiculously good art, let's all of a sudden make this book expensive. I remember you could buy that book for like under $20. Now it's like the 9/8, like over 300.
Yeah.
I don't know. Spectacular Spider-Man 1's not as good artwork as that book, but it's kind of in the same boat. It's weird. There's definitely a lot better keys in Spectacular Spider-Man than Web of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
That is true.
That's for sure.
That is true.
That's for sure. Okay. These next 2 books were come specialty from the princess. She picked both of these books to see what Zach thinks, and they're both from her collection as well. So you have Spider-Woman #1 from 1978. This is done by Joe Sinnott and Marv Wolfman. Sweet name, Marv Wolfman. Wolfman. This is a cool book. You have the key to this book is it is Spider-Woman's new costume and origin of Jessica Drew. So this is also her first ongoing title, and to me it's a really cool book. It doesn't garnish the same value as Spotlight 32, which is her first appearance, but overall for the earlier Spider-Woman books, I think this one has the best cover by far.
Right.
Yeah, you want to see her with the long hair. You want to see her in this outfit. It looks a lot cooler than she did. Like Spotlight 32 with the covered head was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's an expensive book.
Strange.
Yeah, it's an expensive book as well. One side note to note, they already cast a voice actor for Edge of Spider-Verse 2 for Jessica Drew, so we know she's going to show up in that. Her book hasn't really jumped up in value much more since that announcement, so hopefully, once the movie comes out, it's kind of a weird movie, because once it comes out, people really latch onto that character. It could even go up higher in value. It's kind of different than the other MCU movies. Usually it gets hot right when it comes out, or the preview comes out. It doesn't really get much hotter after it comes out, but Edge of Spider-Verse is a little bit different, It's a different beast. And the other thing to remember too that's weird about, there's so many different Spider-Womans. I don't know why they made so many different ones. They couldn't just stick with the one. They're like, we need like 10 different ones. But it's a cool book to have for your collection. But more importantly, Zach, what do you think about this book?
Well, I
What do you
think
think about Princess's book?
recent sales pretty stable, between $306 and $320. I mean,
Wow, yeah, it's really stable.
It's very stable. People are taking a certain price for it, and it's probably going to go up in price from what I could just see from that little bit of information. There's 1,643 CGC 9.8s, quite a bit.
Wow, that's a lot.
1,498 are Universal, 143 are Signature Series, 0 qualified, 2 restored. Ouch. There's 7,785 graded. So, yeah. Probably on this list, this is probably one of the more like ratio wise, it's probably one of the easier ones to get in a 9.8, which is kind of strange.
Yeah,
With
like a black cover. I don't know. It's weird. You see them a lot though. It's like everyone wants one and everyone's selling one at the same time. I don't know what that is. Since we've been collecting, it's like they show up everywhere. They're in like everybody's auction. You see them on eBay all the time, and we all want one. I think we each have one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, this for sure probably is on my list to buy, but it's kind of a little lower on my list. I mean, it's not a first appearance, it's an origin, and the costume is updated. And usually issue ones, if the character is somewhat popular, goes crazy. Look up Moon Knight #1. It went up like crazy when the show was about to come out. Of course, it dropped a little bit. So this might be a good book for a flip opportunity. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind getting one or two and then selling it later.
Bronze Age 9.8 of a first ongoing title. It's not bad for $300 something bucks.
No, not bad at all. No. It's crazy of a good deal. But it's I'd buy it, but it's a little lower on my list.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. And the final book, the last book of the night, day, depending on when you're watching this. You've got Amazing Spider-Man 194 from 1979. This is one of Princess's all-time favorite books. This is actually in her collection as well. This is done by Al Milgrom and Marv Wolfman again, our good friend the Wolfman. This is just overall an excellent and super underrated book, I think. Still has not hit what it needs to hit. You have first appearance of Black Cat, also Felicia Hardy, same person, aka Felicia Hardy. But just a really, really cool overall book. I mean, Black Cat's been such a cool character in the Amazing Spider-Man story throughout the ages. She's still around even to this day. Gets like her own solo books, her own solo titles, stories. Just really, really cool. She'd never even been in a movie yet. I mean, they didn't even have like Felicia Hardy like accidentally in the original Spider-Man movies or anything that I can remember. So it's like, and she's still that popular. People just love her without even having a movie, a TV show, nothing. She's just crazy cool character. I always thought it was weird too that they needed to have like 2 or 3 love interests per Peter, and then 2 going on at the same time. Like, what is he, like secretly a player? You know? I don't know.
Well, he has 2 personalities, really, or 2 different identities.
True.
Is what I'm talking about.
Wait, so if you have 2 different identities, you can
at least have 2 different women.
Oh,
in your
okay.
life. Look, Mary Jane, Peter Parker, Black Cat, Spider-Man. It makes perfect sense. Same thing with, I think the same thing with Batman. Batman gets with Catwoman, and Bruce Wayne gets with not Talia al Ghul, and has a kid. I think he didn't want the kid. Oh no,
we're getting off on a tangent here.
Anyways, yeah.
But overall, just really cool. They did have that. There was that chance of Sony doing that Silver Sable Black Cat movie, which I'm not sure. Maybe that'll come out, maybe not. I'd rather see her just straight up in the MCU, but I think Sony owns the rights to that. And then they did have that little blip thing in the Morbius movie where they had that newspaper floating by, like Black Cat friend or foe, which people got really excited about. Maybe something happened. I don't know if I want her to show up in a Morbius movie. Don't ruin her, Sony. Don't ruin her. Another thing to keep an eye out for, there is a rare, I don't know if it's rare, there is an error edition of this where there's a little extra yellow next to the Comic Code Authority that's not supposed to be there. And it does increase the book by, I think, a couple $100 depending on what grade you're looking at. And from what we've seen, a lot of people post this book with the error and don't even know. So check that out. Look at it. See if it's someone's got it graded. Yeah, a lot of people just post it for regular price. I don't know if you want, might be able to get it a little bit cheaper if you want that error. If you want that yellow goodness on your book. I don't know, Zach. What do you think about the Black Cat? I know you're a big Black Cat fan as well.
Yeah, yes I am. I love the Black Cat. So recent sales for CGC 9.8 is $4,001 to $4,550. A little bit volatile, but not too bad. There's 4 CGC 9.9s. There are 504 CGC 9.8s. 451 of them are Universal. 52 of them are Signature Series. 0 qualified and 1 restored. There's 9,088
That's a lot.
graded.
That's a lot.
Of this one.
That's a good ratio. Really good ratio.
Especially for that 9.9.
Yeah, well, yeah. When is that never a good ratio? That's always a good ratio.
Yeah, Black Cat's coming, and the book's going to go way up in price. It's an awesome cover. It's Al Milgrom cover. Really like Al Milgrom. There's so much they could do with that character. So, yeah, this would definitely be a buy. The higher the grade, the better you'll see those returns in your investment. Yeah, this would be pretty high on the list. Pretty high on the list if I didn't already have one. And buy. And out of all those books that we talked about, I really think Iron Fist number 14 probably would be on this right here, would be number one to get, and then ASM 194 should be like the second, strong second.
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's my opinion.
That's a good call, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting with the 194 too. It's like, it's in the high grade, like 9.6 or higher, even a little bit more than that. That's really expensive, but it's pretty affordable in the mid grade. So if you need one, you can definitely go out and snag one for $250 if you need a 5.5. Just let Princess know. She has one available. All right, guys. Yeah, that's going to wrap the show up for today. I hope you learned some stuff. I did. I learned a bunch of stuff from Zach and some good information. So if you like the show, love the show, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you always know when new things are going down. We're going to be laying down a live show every Wednesday for you guys so we can get some one-on-one action. Depending on how it goes, it may be up in the air what we're doing, or we may have new comic book day to share with you. It's going to be wild and exciting, and it's a lot of fun just talking with you guys back and forth. Like, you guys are able to ask us questions and we can interact back and forth. It's a freaking good time. Really good time. And leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about these trending graded books. If you think Zach's opinion was good or bad or excellent, as it may be. And Zach, you got anything else?
Yeah, you gotta share it. How you do that is, you have to be a big fan of dams. You just love dams. You like making dams. You like taking them apart, put them back together, and you make a family in that dam, and people try to take out the dam, but you keep on bringing it back, and that's how you become Terry the Beaver.
Terry the Beaver.
This was a stretch. I'm still a little.
He's like, this is the dam. I'm your dam tour guy. If you have any dam questions.
And my favorite actor is Van Damme.
Nice. I like it. All right, guys. Until we see you next time, stay safe and remember,
get those damn games.
Get 'em.
Every single one.